Welcome to Skyrim. Just broke the game already. It's perfectly fine. I'm gonna just jump around this guy because he's in the way. These buildings are perfectly safe despite being on fire. I'm gonna skip this guy's dialogue with quick save and quick loads. And then I can jump to skip an animation. And then just walk straight through this wall. Do some really cool looking parkour while out of bounds. And that actually skips some triggers for this game, or for this level, so now none of this AI is working. I'm gonna grab a bucket and loot that dead mage for some money and some robes, which I'll sell later for more money. And now I'm just gonna make my way through the rest of Helgen. There's actually supposed to be some more enemies up here that spawn, but they just won't be here. Get my fists up and ready for something in a little bit. So, right at the start of the run, I triggered a sprint glitch. If you're sprinting and you quick save, let go of sprint, and quick load really quickly, you kind of get stuck in this half sprinting state where you're moving at sprint speed, but you're not using any stamina, and you're able to jump. And that just saves a ton of time throughout the run. So, under 2 minutes and I'm already escaping Helgen. Making good time. And since I can jump while sprinting, I can actually just go in a straight line exactly where I need to go. So I'm gonna make my way to Whiterun to continue on with the main quest. There's some jumps right here that look dangerous, but they're actually completely safe. Hurrah. And ghosts. I had to take the slightly slower path just because I took a little bit more damage on the first jump that I was supposed to. I'm gonna run through Riverwood to get a fast travel point for later on, because I'll be coming back here. But I actually don't need to talk to him like the game suggests. And with the sprint glitch, you actually move the same speed in water as on land, so I don't even have to avoid jumping in the water there. So I need to get up to Whiterun, and it's kind of far away. It's all the way over there. You can see it in the distance. And specifically I need to get up to Dragon's Reach, which is the big building at the top. There's actually some very interesting infrastructure in this game for traveling around places. So I'm just going to go up to this farm instead. I'm going to run up to this guard. I'm going to punch him, and I'm just going to throw a bunch of money at him. And he'll take me right up to Dragon's Reach where I want to go. Which is really convenient. It's a great system. It actually works in real life. You can go ahead and try it. Trust me. And then I'm going to sell all the clothes off my back to this guy for money because clothes are slow. And I need to trigger a conversation here because it needs to finish by the time I come back here. And I'm going to punch the Jarl. And pay the same gold as it costs to punch a guard. Because everybody is equal in this game, apparently. Yep. Now here's a weird bug where instead of punching them, I just give them the money and then nothing else, and for some reason it still takes me where I want to go. I'm not really sure why it works. And right there and right here, I need to grab a couple fast travel points for later on. Now, those familiar with the main quest are probably wondering why I'm in Solitude and why I'm heading towards the Thalmor Embassy. Normally, you don't come here until much later on in the run. But I grabbed a bucket in Helgen. And as you may have noticed in Helgen, the walls are more of a suggestion, and the objects have some pretty special qualities. Also, you look pretty silly as a naked orc, bunny hopping around. The doors are locked here, but that won't stop me. I'm a speedrunner. So I'm just gonna walk straight through this wall. And now I'm inside the embassy. I'm gonna loot this chest for a note. And I'm gonna grab this platter and a sweet roll for good luck. And make my way out of here. So that triggers a quest called Diplomatic Immunity, which is about halfway through the run. Or through the main quest, rather. So that skips several quests that you're supposed to do. And right here I'm going to go ahead and punch this horse. And it actually costs 45 gold to punch a horse, which is 5 more than a Jarl. Because, hey, it's a very valuable animal. Riften is being hungry and eating my sprint glitches, which it does from time to time. There we go. Now with the sprint glitch, I can actually just jump straight over this gap. I don't have to go around. It's very convenient. That's some quality writing right there. Now, with the embassy clip, I skipped over getting the Dragonstone, I skipped fighting First Dragon, meeting the Greybeards, finding out about Dragonborn and all that, and skipped meeting Delphine and talking about the blades and everything like that. But I'm actually going to tell Esbern that I'm the Dragonborn, because I guess I just kind of heard it somewhere or something. I just know. I'm going to go ahead and steal that guy's money. We need it more than he do. We're going to save the world. This guy's a jerk. He can actually come out and fight us, but he stayed away. And you can actually clip inside of this door, or clip through the wall into this room, but you still have to wait for him to open the door before you can talk to him anyway. Go ahead and just mash through all of his dialogue. And then by bumping into him and talking to him like that, it'll skip him running around his room to collect everything, and he'll just follow immediately. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and drop this platter and just run right through the wall. Hopefully. There we go. That's actually the worst clip in the game, but we got it without too much trouble. The way that works is when you fall out of bounds and hit the bottom of a cell, it actually has a specified safe place for every single cell in the game that it'll teleport you when you hit the very bottom. And the one for that one is right in front of the door. So you go through the wall, fall out of bounds, and get teleported right to the door and leave instantly. And right there, if you run into the boat, you can actually fast travel away right away. I'm gonna grab this bucket for safety. And here's a long conversation with Esbern and Delphine. I'm just going to skip over by going in and out of the door a couple times. Yep. I timed it right, so I got the quest update as I was going through the door, which is ideal.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be
I'm going to make my way over to Markarth.
Ever been to Markarth? Some say
Hockey, I will actually ban you.
don't believe a word of it.
Okay, so the game just alt tab for no reason. Now I have a double cursor. Don't worry about it, it's fine. It's still fast. This seems to be a thing specific to my computer. Where it just alt tabs randomly. Anyway. So I don't think I talked about your character class. In the speedrun, you choose an orc for your character for two reasons. The first one is the speed. Yeah, speed of your character is directly related to the height, and the height is based on which race you pick. Orc is the second tallest and therefore second fastest. The high elf is about 4% faster. However, the orc has Berserker Rage, which is by far the most overpowered ability in the game, and it makes the fights much faster. You can actually see that dragon spawn if you look over to the right. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna grab some gold from that and another bucket. And up here is a puzzle, but puzzles are slow and boring. That's not fun for a speedrun. So I'm just going to do some sweet parkour. And just climb right up there really quickly. Now I need Esbern down here. So what I'm going to do is actually fast travel away and back again. And he should teleport right to where I need him to be. This was actually one of the worst parts of the speedrun before, just because Esbern would sometimes not show up. But once we started fast traveling away and back again, he shows up basically every time. Unless he's feeling extremely trolly. You actually get a zip through that face, but it's really rare and saves barely any time. I need to do some weights to get everybody into position here. Make sure my stamina is regened. I'm gonna pick up Dragon Rend, or Dragon Bane, sorry, which is the only weapon I'll be using in the run. And skip through all that dialogue. And that's it. I'm able to leave. So the quick save and quick loading skip dialogue I already showed you at the beginning, but you can also bump into people, which interrupts them and skips over whatever they're currently saying. So doing that just really quickly skips over that entire dialogue. It's normally like a couple minutes scene that you have to go through, that you go through in like 10 seconds. And right there, that carriage driver occasionally decides to just stop being a carriage driver, and instead he just wants to talk about like Markarth and dwarves and Forsworn and such. And he refuses to take you anywhere until he talks to you about all those things. But fortunately he was kind. This jump is actually perfectly safe, it's impossible to die. And because of my sprint glitch, swimming is just as fast as running. So I don't even have to avoid going over any of this stuff. So I'm gonna need an Elder Scroll for the quest, for the main quest later on. And the first step there is to convince Septimus Cygnus to give me an object that I need. And normally to do that, you need to go through this really long and boring quest where you collect blood samples from all the different races and such. And it's really dull. But luckily, he has that object right on his person. So hopefully I can just get in there, pickpocket him, and get right out. And he won't detect me. There we go. He didn't even start talking. Normally when you get close, he'll just start talking even when he doesn't actually see you. The detection in this game is a little bit completely broken. But we got it relatively quickly. Nice northern lights. Sometimes he can troll you and just like detect you for a few tries, but normally he's pretty good. So next up, normally at this point you need to go through one of a few different dungeons to choose. You can choose from down into this really big, really cool looking area called Blackreach. And then you can go up to the Tower of Mazark and go and get the Elder Scroll. But the developers conveniently left a backdoor for the Tower of Mazark out somewhere, which is, you know, obviously locked because you're not supposed to go through it. But again, the walls in this game are more of a suggestion. So I'm just going to make my way directly there, completely bypass all the Blackreach, and just go directly to where the Elder Scroll is stored. This is the last long-running segment of the game. After this, it's 100% action-packed, I swear. That rock actually has some really strange geometry, and sometimes it likes to grab you and you get stuck for a while. It's quite annoying. So right over here is the back door. It actually doesn't have any marker or anything. But I'm just going to go over here, quick save and quick load, and then just walk straight through the corner. And use the door while I'm inside the wall. So that skips like 6 or so minutes of running through just for like just the one dungeon that you have to run through is like 6 or 7 minutes. It's really long and tedious. Now these buttons are actually really dangerous. It's very easy to glitch them out and lose a bunch of time, so I have to be a little bit careful when pressing them. And here's a bucket. This bucket is more special than the other buckets, which you'll see in a little while. And that's it. I already have the Elder Scroll. You can get on out of here. So next up, I'm finally going to go meet the Greybeards. And the fastest way to get up there is to use a horse. I'm actually going to trigger a completely different infinite sprint glitch while on the horse. But next up is something that you'll probably run into just during casual play. The horses in Skyrim are a tough breed. They're actually way more impressive than any horses we have in real life, because they can actually just climb up mountains with ease. It's a little bit impressive. So this horse doesn't even care that we're going up a mountain, it'll just fly right up there. And horses in this game are all supposed to have the same speed. It's just like the stamina and the health that varies per horse. However, because of something to do with the infinite sprint glitch, it actually, or just the game's randomness in general, it actually changes. Each horse changes by how much it clips and how fast it moves uphill. And it can change whenever you do the infinite sprint glitch, and it can also change just like quick save and quick loading will change how well it does. And that horse was actually really good. It flew up that mountain really quickly. A lot of the there's a big chunk of the RNG in this game is just how well your horses do. And here, since I never met the Greybeards in the first place, the front door of High Hrothgar is still locked. So I need to use my trusty steed to go around the back door here, which is open. And I'm going to need him to stay right here because I'll be using him again in a second. And right here is Aranjir. This is actually the most important dialogue in the game, because if you screw it up and choose the wrong thing, he'll get really pissed off at you and waste a whole bunch of time. And you might actually lose your horse, which wastes even more. So I'm going to pause for half a second before I go, just to skip Aranjir shouting all the words into the ground. So horses are actually really good at learning words as well. And I need to absolutely make sure that I quick save over that dialogue line, because if I don't get his soul there, I won't have clear skies and I will not be able to beat the game later on. Okay, so this horse is actually not... This time the horse is not very good. I'm going to quick save a couple times, which should make it a bit better. Okay. I think that made it a little bit better. It's clipping a whole bunch, which is pretty decent. I just need to make sure I'm going in the right direction now, which can be a little bit hard. Okay, cool. That horse is also really good once I quick saved. Ow. Okay, I'll hold that, or I'll fix that in a second. This is Parthenax. He is the leader of the Greybeards. I'm gonna skip over some of his dialogue, and then I'm gonna completely break him. So fun fact, Parthenax is actually voiced by the same person as Mario. You can probably hear the resemblance. And then I'm gonna go ahead and blow fire in his face, because he's into that sort of thing. You know, dragons, they're a bit weird. There's a couple dialogue choices I can do to go through this quicker. For the most part, it's just mashing through. He's gonna go ahead and tell me to go get a Elder Scroll, but I already have an Elder Scroll, so as soon as the quest updates, I'm just gonna leave this conversation and use the Elder Scroll. And that'll jump into the cutscene. Alright, so now we're in the cutscene. Unfortunately, there's no way to skip this cutscene. And even if there was one, if you skipped it, you wouldn't be able to beat the video game. And this cutscene is a little bit unique. Because despite you having like no control, all you can do is look around. You can actually lose time during this cutscene. The first way is with Gormlith here. Sometimes she can take her sweet time initiating this kill animation. And the next one is a little bit. This is a fantastic place for donations. Hey, Moonfin. Yeah, the game just randomly alt-tabbed near the beginning, and I got double cursor for no reason. It was pretty sweet. This run is actually going pretty well. I think a lot of the time save I have is near the end.
We blooded him well. 4 of his kin have fallen to my blade alone.
But none have yet stood against Alduin himself. Gog, Sori, Birka.
They did not have Dragonrend. Once we bring him down, I promise, I will have his head.
You do not understand. Alduin cannot be slain like a lesser dragon. He is beyond our strength. Which is why I brought the Elder Scroll.
Oh yeah, I actually demodded you for the lulz.
I never agreed. And if you are right, I will not need it.
Oddly enough, Ark is the only mod in my chat, which is very not normal.
Let those that watch from Sovngarde envy us this day.
So, this shout right here is the only reason why we absolutely need this cutscene. Because that shout is required to beat the game. You can't actually damage Alduin at the end without it. Hey Vince. So the next and more common way of time loss in this cutscene is coming up. Dragons have like kind of weird hitboxes, since I guess their model is not very standard. So he's going to do an animation. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that. There, no more cursor. He's going to go ahead and initiate an animation where he kills Gormlith. And if Feldir actually decides to like get all close into Alduin, their hitboxes will kind of collide weirdly, and they'll kind of fly around the battlefield. We'll see if it happens here. Okay, it didn't happen, that's good. Because you'll see right here, Feldir has to walk backwards to this specific spot. And if he's on the other side of the battlefield, it'll waste a lot of time with him just slowly walking backwards. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it when it happens. It's really frustrating. But there you go, he's banished.
Work. Did it. Yes. The world eater is gone.
So now I have everything I need to finish the game. So I'm going to go ahead and take this time to equip and favorite and hotkey all the things that I need. So first Dragonbane, and then all my shouts and abilities, and I'm going to hotkey them. And here I'm going to shout Alduin as soon as he appears, and that actually skips him flying around in a big circle. And I'm going to time my power attacks to do as much damage as quickly as possible. There you go. Whoops. Where is Parthenax? There he is. It's going to skip all of his dialogue. This line right here is not skippable. And then, okay, good. I thought Parthenax was going to land in the sky, which is something he can do. And we go ahead and leave. So we have all the tools, but unfortunately we can't actually get to the ending yet. What we need to do now is actually convince this guy to let us use Dragon's Reach to capture a dragon. In order to do that, we need to end the war. So next up, we need to convince everybody to go have a big peace council. Whoops. Just chose the wrong option there. It's fine. Alright, so we convinced him to host, or convinced him that if we have the Peace Council, he'll do the thing. And now we need to get back into High Hrothgar, and the door is still locked. And we don't have a horse. So instead what we need to do... Whoops, that's the wrong bucket. Let's grab this bucket and just run through the wall. There we go. And kind of elevator up that little snow mound. And go to a specific time of day to make Orange your spawn over here. There he is.
I feared as much. We are not warriors. You misunderstand our... I see.
As soon as he says that, you can leave. Okay, he's agreed to host the council. And we got the courier here, and some armed thugs. It's actually kind of rare. I'm gonna set this guard on fire so he arrests me faster. And then need to convince this guy. More bumping to cancel his dialogue. And then all you have to do to convince him to come to the Peace Council is, well, you shouldn't snub the Greybeards. And then that's it. He's convinced. He'll come and make peace with his mortal enemies. So that's one side down. Now we got to go to the other side and convince them as well.
Climb and back, and we'll be off. Ever been to Windhelm? Oldest city in Skyrim by some. They say the big old palace there was built by.
This guard is actually the worst guard in the game, and there's a chance they'll completely troll me. So I'm actually gonna quick save before doing this shout. What?
By order of the Jarl, smart.
I must have hit. No, that doesn't make. How did? I must have hit F by accident. Whatever. So the guard didn't troll me. Sometimes the guard will just do nothing when you set them on fire. Sometimes they'll just yell at you for shouting and not actually arrest you. And then sometimes they'll just want to murder you.
Good. I doubt the end. Yes.
But they behave that time. And here we just convinced the other side, and all we had to say is, well, hey, the other guys are coming, so you should too. And that's it. They're also convinced. Apparently these guys don't really care all that much about whatever their side they're on, if they're this easy to convince. Now we go back in High Hrothgar for the last time. For everybody's most favoritist part of the run, the Peace Council. I'm just kidding, this part is extremely boring to watch. Although, oddly enough, it's actually one of the more execution-heavy parts of the run. Because you need to time all of your quick save and quick loads exactly when each line starts to save the most amount of time. Fortunately, because we have fast computers. Fortunately, because we have fast computers, this only really takes like a couple minutes, like 5 minutes or so, instead of the like 16 or so that it has to go through normally. This is a good time for donations.
Where I can.
Are you?
You need to get like a good feel for when all the pauses are and how long there is between each thingies. We have $50 from ZeldaFan321. Go Cosmo.
Allison. Oh.
Yeah.
So this line and a couple other lines are actually unskippable. If you try, it'll just loop over and over again forever.
Waste of time. You are... Since we're all here. You...
I also saw that tweet. It was pretty fantastic.
You'll...
Is he?
Don't you want... Can you not...
Yeah, I'm supposed to use a weight.
I don't know about the end of the world, but this dragon situation has gotten out of hand. If this... You...
$25 from Troll that says Troll. This line is on a timer, so there's no point in skipping it.
Never stoop to such methods, even in retaliation for your...
This dialogue you absolutely have to click through rather than just quickly tap out, or else you will piss off Tullius and it'll take another little bit to get through. We have $300 from My Life is a Miasma of Pain and Torment. Sorry, pain and not pain and. It says, my dog, cat, grandma, brother, and both my parents died of cancer from the same day. Great run, guys.
What about?
Thank...
I want to see more Bible thumps than chat.
After...
Come on, Delmar.
Okay, so we're done with that.
I'm afraid the blade justice demands that. And I'm cross-referencing it by calling the dragon with he's not I think it's very likely.
Alright. So now we know Odahviing's name. We have everything we need to go capture the dragon. Oops. So some of the more reasons, or some of the strats in this game come from people just asking really stupid questions that you'd never really think works. But this is Skyrim, so things like calling Odahviing while indoors just work. And also if you use a weight and then shout Dragonrend as you're going through this door, you can just immediately hit him. Also, that guard is dead. Sometimes he'll survive, and Odahviing will take the time to swipe down and kill him. So that's good. And now I just need him to follow. Come on. There he goes. And if you just run away, let everybody else handle it, because you're scared of the big mean dragon, they'll actually take care of it for you, which is pretty nice. Skips a pretty long animation of him being captured.
Among ourselves, once he has been lost.
Alright. Now we've convinced him to take us where we need to go. Oops. I'm going to go ahead and skip this animation of him flying off by just fast traveling away before it starts. Oops. And now we are in Odahviing. This is normally this really long area. It takes quite a while to get through because there's a big dungeon. But instead, what I'm going to do is just look over here, drop this bucket, and then just fly. Don't question it. It's perfectly reasonable. Alright? It's perfectly understandable that buckets can fly. You see, with the right frame timing, you can actually drop the bucket and align your own body's subpixels with the inside of the bucket so that it manipulates the RNG of the physics engine in order to actually push up yourself while you're holding the bucket. It's perfectly reasonable. It makes 100% sense. That's just how this video game operates. But now we're in the final area. Sovngarde looks very pretty. Alduin is spawned out here, but you can't actually damage him, unfortunately. We need to get through the last little bit quickly before we can do that. But before we fight Alduin, we actually fight the real final boss of this video game. And that is Soon. Soon can actually completely destroy you if he wants to. So what I have to very specifically do is hit him and immediately fire shoot him. And that way I can only hit him, I only have to hit him a couple more times before he's finished. If you miss that fire shout, he can actually like hit you twice to take off half your health and then just insta-kill you. It's very dangerous. But I did it without messing up, so I'm able to move on. And now I just need to recruit these heroes. I did not go far enough, holy crap. That was embarrassing. And now I need to get them over there near Soon. The fastest way to do that is just to go in and out of this door multiple times. And then quick save and quick load. And they'll actually have been teleported up there. That way I don't have to wait for them to run across here. I'm actually going to do my last bump to skip Soon's dialogue. And as soon as these guys talk, I can quick save and quick load it. And start using clear skies. Because of this whole section, you absolutely have to have clear skies in order to beat the game. So way back during the right before the second horse climb, if I hadn't quick saved and quick loaded over Arandir's dialogue, I would not have unlocked clear skies, and when I got here it would have been completely soft locked. Now you may be wondering why I'm level 1, since I never leveled up, and how I'm actually able to beat Alduin. That's because of Berserker Rage, which I mentioned earlier, which like doubles your damage and halves your damage taken for like 30 seconds or so, which is long enough. And also I have Dragonbane, which is a sword which does bonus damage against dragons. And also this game has level scaling. So since I'm level 1, Alduin has the lowest possible health. So with all those together, it actually ends the fight really quickly. So I'm just gonna... That was... For some reason my attacks were really delayed. I'm not really sure why that happened. So time comes when I deal the final blow. And time. That was actually a really good run. And there's a couple things that you absolutely have to do before this run is considered valid. First one, I need to go over here to... Ooh, this guy's really far away. I might not make it in time. Oh no, I'm not going to make it in time. Oh, I didn't make it in time. You can actually slow-mo kill him and then have that explosion blow him flying away. But he was really far away. And also you have to moonwalk. It's a requirement. And also I'm going to be spending a glitch showcase as a donation incentive, so I'm just going to show off a couple little things. Oh look, this guy's also here. Good times. Okay, so first off, I'm going to equip flames. Why aren't... what? There it goes. Wasn't going first person. So first off, I need Gormless health here, so I'm gonna make a save for this. So you come fight me. I need you to fight me. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna turn on God mode just for safety. It doesn't actually affect the glitch at all. And then, oops, I'm gonna go read the Elder Scroll while getting out. And then once this is done, I'm going to go into third person and quick save and quick load, and I'm just going to kind of fly away majestically. Whee. Whee. I have absolutely no idea why this happens, but for some reason the Elder Scroll is just a completely broken item. And you can do lots of completely wonderful things with it. Also, this is a complete soft lock. You can't do anything from this. You're completely stuck here. Like even quick save, quick load, you're still stuck. You can kind of control yourself with the flames, but yeah. Sometimes you can drop some stuff and push yourself around. But it's a bit weird. Oh, I got her. Oh, I got him too. Don't worry, it's perfectly enjoyable for the orc. Alright, I'm gonna reload. Whoops, not this one. This one. Alright, so now I'm gonna go do the actual ending for the game.
When you're ready to rejoin the living.
Go back to Tamriel. So this game has TCL, which is toggle clipping. It's basically the no clip for this game. So it lets you go through walls, lets you fly and stuff. Fun thing about it is it completely breaks the animations on other characters in this game. And with dragons especially, it looks completely fantastic. Okay, which one's gonna fly off first? I think it's this one. Blast off! They don't know how to deal with somebody who's cheating. So they just kind of panic. It's a little bit majestic. I love just coming in here and watching them fly around like this. It brings a tear to my eye every single time. Hey, Hunky. And one more. Oh, hello. See, we can see the super majestic landing with Odahviing here in a second. Oh, now he's just floating.
So
I don't care.
it is done.
Oh, he's coming back.
Dilon. The eldest is no more.
And thud.
Others
Amazing. Alright. Oh, I still have like TGM on. Next up. What was the other? Oh, yeah. So this is a special save. Where is it? I think it's down here. I think it's this one. Yeah, so this is a very special save made by Jerkman. He used to run this game before he disappeared forever. See, this is right after the first horse climb, when you're about to go learn the words. This is a perfectly normal horse, as you see. There's nothing special about it. Cool. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and reload that save. I'm going to jump on the horse immediately. And for some reason it doesn't actually jump up. Well, that's a little bit weird. Okay, let's just try to... Wait! Oh, wait, hold on. No, this isn't right. Wait, body. Body, come back. Body, no! Okay. Well, I guess we're a horse now. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do the infinite sprint glitch, which works when you're a horse. It's great. And also, this horse just doesn't care about damage. Doesn't even matter. This is the true Dragonborn right here. You could probably tell from the horses flying up mountains and everything. But yeah, I'm just a horse now. There's a couple special things that can happen. If it doesn't happen right away, I'm just gonna move on. I don't think they're gonna happen right away. Sploosh. Horses are really slow when they're swimming. Unless you do something special. But we can't do that. Oh yeah, you can't like get off. Oh wait. Okay, I think I just broke it even more. I'm not actually... Whoa, okay. Now I'm up here. This... Uh-oh. Alrighty then. Moving on. I don't want to be a horse anymore. Let's go back to the start of the video game. Okay, so you may have been wondering why I didn't just... Whoops. That was weirdly laggy. So, this is the wall of Helgen. I can just jump over the wall and leave. And you're probably wondering why I didn't just do this, because it would be much faster than going through all of Helgen. Well, that's because my hands are still bound. Like, I can't actually use anything. I can't open up any of my menus or the map or anything. It's really annoying. Like, right over there, that's the exit to Helgen. So that saves, I think it's like 50 seconds. But I can't actually do anything. It's kind of funny, though, if you do enable player controls. I can go into third person. You'll see my hands aren't actually bound at all. That's just a complete lie. But I'm gonna just for the hell of it, I'm just gonna continue this. We're just gonna go through and see what'll happen if you try to complete the game like this. Gonna make sure I don't die here. This is a little bit weird doing in third person, but it's fine. Okay, so over here is Riverwood. I'm just gonna run through up until Riverwood. Oh my god. Well, That's a thing. That is a thing that just happened. I can actually enable player controls again, and you can see that, yeah. My hands have been sucked inside my body, and they're twitching. This is normal. So is this. Zoom. This game, this is a solid game. This is a well-made game. So yeah. It's that's all I have. That's all I have for this. Thanks for everything.